by a show of hands, how many of you feel like you're being pressured right now by friends and family to go down a certain career path? How many of you feel like you have no idea whatsoever what the hell you want to do with your life? I'm going to help you out with that today, and that's completely okay place to be. Now, how many of you have an idea of what you might want to do if money did not matter and you had the full support of your friends and family? That is 100%, regardless of what anybody tells you, the thing that you should absolutely be doing. So I am Michael Carini, class of 2002. First and foremost, I want to send love to Mario Fierro and his family. I was in Mario's class, we ran track together, we were on the same relay team, traveled a lot, won a lot of gold together, and he is a big part of who I am today. I am a full-time artist. This is all that I do. I live the life. My life is my art is my life. Can't separate the two. My work is about finding beauty from struggle and turning your pain into something positive. Now, today, specifically, April 27th, marks the 13th year anniversary of an assault and battery that put me in the hospital with a concussion, multiple facial fractures, and severe eye trauma. It's where my logo came from. This is what I saw flashing in my head. And I used that opportunity as a catalyst to create something beautiful and offer hope to other people that might be going through difficult times. I also dive into topics like the disappearance and suspected murder of my best friend in 2015, my father's suicide, my own battles with mental health, and being a neurodivergent artist. I have Tourette's. So I have always viewed the world in a different capacity, and oftentimes I just felt like there was no place for me and I didn't fit in. And when I didn't feel like there was a place for me in the world, I had to find a way to create my own. Class of 2002, I decided to go to Loyola Marymount. My family told me they weren't going to help me with school. I didn't come from a family of great resources. I was the first person in my family to go to college. I was supposed to be a graphic designer because I figured, hey, I want to do what I want to do, but people tried to sway me down a path where there was more practicality. I was told, oh, well, at least if you're a graphic designer, there's more job opportunities. I took my first painting course and I said, screw it. I do not care. I will find a way to make this work because this is what I want to do and nobody is going to tell me who I should be. I had to work 3 jobs in college, ended up graduating magna cum laude, top of my class. Now in high school, there was a time where it was a question if I was going to graduate because I was so troubled dealing with so many problems at home. And when I decided to focus, decided what I wanted to do, that's what changed everything. Graduated top of my class, candidate for valedictorian. I had to write a speech. My speech was about feeding squirrels, so they didn't choose it. But I've always done things kind of my own way, and I never really cared what other people thought. I wanted to open up the doors of possibility for other people to be exactly who they are, whatever that may be. Now, I mentioned that I decided when I took my first painting course that that's when I decided that this is what I was going to do. I was blessed to find a mentor. Now, whatever your trajectory is, whether you're going to college, whether you're not going to college, whatever it is, if you can find a mentor, that is one of the most empowering and vital things that you could possibly do. Finding somebody to study under, finding somebody that's done it before, and that can guide you along the way, somebody willing to share the information of their experience. You don't necessarily need to find that in a classroom. You can, but you may have to seek it out, and your college experience is going to be what you make of it. So if you're just going to class and doing the bare minimum, that's what you're going to get out of it. Life is what you make of the opportunities, and when there's not an opportunity, you have to create your own opportunity. And as an artist, as a creative person, I thrive on creating something out of absolutely nothing, and I've had to do it time and time again in my life. You may feel like you have to go down this path that other people are trying to push you down because you want a 401k, you want a retirement plan, you want health insurance. All of these things are illusions, because how many people lost these illusions of security when the pandemic hit? So many people lost these jobs that they didn't want to begin with, these things they didn't want to do. So they weren't going after their dreams, they had this illusion of security, oh, I'm going to do this because at least it covers this. They lost that illusion of security, which left them with nothing. So if you can lose the thing that you don't want to begin with, why are you not investing your time on going after the thing that you actually want to do in life, of being the person that you are, of pursuing your true calling and being your truest self? A lot of you are gonna say, okay, I get that point, but I'm just not ready right now. Well, let me tell you, I will be the first person to share that there is never a right time for it. There are times that I still feel like I'm not ready. There's times that I don't feel like I was even ready to come up here and talk to you today. Sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there and you figure it out along the way. Now, what you may not realize is that there's a lot of other people out there doing the same thing, and you have this impression because you're looking at it from the outside that they know what they're doing. But nobody does. Everybody is on this journey figuring things out as we go. So just know that other people are experiencing and feeling the same exact things that you are. But if you don't take the chance, you're guaranteed to never get where you want to go. So you should absolutely step off that ledge, put yourself in this position of discomfort, because that discomfort is going to be the thing that allows you to grow and move into this position of being who you are capable of being. The safe road is the quickest way to misery. So whatever your dream is, however grand it may be, protect that dream, go after it, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. So again, I'm not just talking to the people that want to do what I want to do or what I'm doing today, the artists. If you want to be an athlete, if you want to be a reporter, if you want to be on the news, whatever you want to do, I'm hoping that this message can reach you and open up those doors of possibility, even if you have to upset some people along the way. Now, if you change your plan today and you go home and tell your parents, they may be upset, but your parents need to understand that this is your dream. And a lot of times the people that are supposed to be on our corner that are telling us not to do it, the reason they're doing that is because they think that they are protecting you, but they're not, they're holding you back. But they feel that because maybe they didn't take the chance on their dream and that this is the road that they know, that is the road that you should take. But I'm here to tell you that is 100% not true. The road less traveled is the road that you should absolutely go down, because you will never get where other people haven't been unless you do what other people haven't done. And so I've always been willing to, even in a field where people are known to break the rules, I break the rules of the rule breakers. So all the things that I do in my business practices as an artist, and I'll get to that in a second, I know I'm running out of time. I would love to talk to you for 45 minutes. So I do a lot of YouTube videos, so you can catch more of me on there and on my social media platforms, and I'll share that. But you should absolutely take the road less traveled. And when I was getting out of high school, there was a term that I absolutely hated. It was starving artist, because I thought, I don't want to struggle. I don't want to barely get by. But in recent years, I have learned to embrace the term starving artist and actually really like it, because starving artist to me means that I'm hungry, that I'm passionate. And so I don't ever rest on my laurels, or I have a moment of success. I don't stop there. I'm always looking for the next thing. And my hunger is what keeps me going and keeps me passionate and makes me find a way when it seems like there's not a way to make things happen. So some of the cool projects that I'm working on now, or things that I've done, are some of my collectors are a Tony Award winner from Jersey Boys. I have a couple reality TV stars that have my work. I have a UFC fighter that has my work. And I have a number of hip hop musicians that have my work. I recently did some album art for NK47. So if you go on streaming platforms like Pandora or whatnot, you can actually see my artwork on there. I also have my art on an IPA that's found at Trader Joe's, Ralph's, and other major retailers, something that I did recently. I am a brand ambassador for a lot of the companies whose products I use. So a lot of times what I'll do as an artist is, if I use a certain brand or material of something, I will reach out to them and say, hey, I would like to represent you and be a brand ambassador, and we work out a relationship of balanced reciprocity where maybe they give me free goods or something like that. Because I'm not about money. I don't care about fancy things, nice car. I care about just doing what I do and sharing it with other people to help them find their own way and find their own voice. I am also the art advisor of a startup company that specializes in what's called physical NFTs. So what you do is you would essentially scan my painting and it pulls up a digital experience that you can look. Have any of you been to the Beyond Van Gogh exhibit? Pretty awesome. So I just did a physical NFT that kind of is like that. It's an augmented reality experience where you scan it and it's an homage to Starry Night. So you scan my painting and it comes to life with this experience. You can walk in front of it while it's in your viewfinder and it'll interact with you and it pulls up elements of Starry Night, so very much tied to that type of experience. So that's something new that I'm working on. And I'm also going to be working on putting together a scholarship opportunity for some of you, because my 20-year reunion is coming up this summer and I'm not the most sociable person, so I told them, hey, I would rather live paint at the reunion, create a piece, and I want to generate a scholarship for a student with an interest in the arts, because I know what it's like to come out of here and have no resources. So I'm going to create a scholarship for some of you, and we're going to do this painting. We're probably going to do a little time lapse, put it together with the painting, so that you'll be able to scan it and it'll pull up the time lapse. So still in the works, but we're going to figure that out, and I'll keep you posted on that. I also have some postcards and some stickers that all of you are welcome to grab after the show if you want to follow me on social media, see some of the other stuff that I'm working on. And then that'll have information for my website, my blog, where you can see some of the other videos, see my work, all the things that I do, because I do a lot of things and there's just not enough time to share it all. But I am going to be live painting this weekend. Any of you going to Art Walk this weekend in Little Italy? I will be live painting there at one of my galleries on Saturday. It's Edelman Fine Art, so I'll be there from 3 to 6. So you can come out and see some of my work in the gallery. I have some big pieces in there. I have a spinning piece. I have a large 5-foot by 8-foot piece, the piece that's on the IPA. I also have a blacklight painting, and then I have a coffee table that I just did that I partnered with an interior designer. So I always look for opportunities to collaborate and work with other people to share and build the brands together. And by working together, you can create wonderful opportunities. So that's ultimately my message for you, is that you may have come in here today with an idea of where you were going to go. And being where you are right now, I understand that a lot of you are probably in that position because somebody else is guiding you down a path. And what I want to encourage you to do is to find your own path and to not be afraid to take the risk to go after whatever it is you want, because if you do not go after it, you are 100% guaranteed not to get it. And you will look back one day and you will feel this emptiness within you. No matter where you're, maybe you're successful in some capacity, but you will always feel something missing in your soul. And it's because you know what you were put on this earth to do. You know what your calling is. And I like to think that hell is when you die and meet the person that you could have been. And so when I die, I know that I haven't done all the things that I could do, but I know that I'm moving in that direction and that I'm bridging the gap. So feel free later on, after this, I know that we have other speakers that I want to make sure you have time to hear from them. But after this, you're all welcome to follow me on social media, and you're all welcome to send me questions via my social media platforms or whatever, and I'll be happy to share what I can to help you on your journey.